Okay, welcome on behalf of IMN. Today we are joined by Ethan Lieber, co-founder and CEO of Latchel. Ethan, really looking forward to speaking to you today. How are you doing?
Thanks, Rosie. Doing good. Happy to be here.
Great. All right. Well, let's start off then. Would you mind just giving a bit of an overview of what you do and what your company does?
Yeah, sure. I guess a bit overview on myself. I'm one of the founders and the CEO of the company. Background's always been in software. Latchel is a software platform, and we're one of the prop tech companies out there that went through Y Combinator and went through the whole VC funding round and ended up where we are today. What does Latchel do? I would describe it as like two parts. Latchel is a software platform that helps companies improve their maintenance efficiency and maintenance operation. And the second part of what we do is provide a suite of resident benefits that help property managers generate ancillary revenue.
Okay, so is there any more kind of light you can shed in terms of the services that you provide your clients?
Sure. So on the maintenance side, you can kind of think about the maintenance platform itself sort of acting as a shield that protects the property management team from that just like 24/7 barrage of maintenance that's constantly hitting you. Latchel not only is the front line taking all the tenant calls and doing all the troubleshooting, but we also have a ton of workflow automation that makes sure those work orders get dispatched to the right folks and actually get complete. And while that's happening, the different resident amenities we provide actually create new revenues for the manager, so that the entire platform is a zero cost platform. It actually ends up on the revenue line of the P&L.
Oh, wow. I mean, that sounds so helpful. What do you think then might set your company apart beyond everything you've just said?
Yeah, well, there's probably two things. The biggest being we're the only platform that exists that not only creates operational efficiency to reduce your cost, but also infuses the business with a new revenue line, which helps fatten the margin, right? Everyone wants better profit margins, right? That's the point of business. So that's probably the biggest thing. The second big thing is when we look at the resident benefit space, we are the only provider that has a fully optional resident benefit. Conventionally, if you're like implementing amenities, you bake them into the lease. They're a mandatory part. With Latchel, you can actually choose to implement it in a way that's completely optional to the resident. So if they want to pay extra for it, they select yes. If they don't want to pay extra and get the Latchel benefits, they can say no. And this just creates more optionality for property managers who want to work around different state rules, county rules, or maybe have certain types of ownership agreements that might prevent them from doing mandatory benefits.
Okay, I mean, that's a really helpful overview. If we were taking into account the current climate, have you had to adapt to serve your clients in this way? And if so, how?
Yeah, it's a good question. So it's a good question because it links right to the reason we created this optional resident benefit framework. In the current environment, some of what we're starting to see are rental markets coming down in price. And the problem with that it creates for owners and operators is you're now more restricted on how you increase revenue per unit. If you're going to make amenities mandatory as part of the fee structure, or you're looking to increase rent, but all of a sudden your the market rate rents are coming down, you don't really have much options there. You just start slashing pricing. With optional benefits, it creates a way to generate add-on revenue, even when rental market prices are coming down. And that's partially because what we see with ours is 45% of tenants on average opt in. So you can actually start either keeping your rents level or even bring them down a bit, but still increase revenue per unit by adding these optional benefits.
Okay, I mean, looking ahead then, is there anything that you can share with us in terms of what's coming up for Latchel?
Yeah, there's a few things. Probably the biggest things are the benefit marketplace partners we've consistently been adding and that we'll continue to add. Latchel's proprietary benefits are amazing. You can make them mandatory or optional, but we also understand that, when you're looking at a comprehensive solution to deliver value-add services to residents, you want to give them more options to choose from, or you may want to just add things in to benefit the resident, but also benefit your operating structure. So there are a few partnerships we've recently created and are now going to market with and allowing property managers to opt into. I'll name a few of them if you don't mind. Shout out a few of the folks. So Pinata is a big one that we've been working a long time to launch, and that's going live with Latchel. So anyone that's using Latchel for maintenance or benefits can now easily add on Pinata, which does like rent rewards and credit reporting, which is really great. OB, and I think all these companies might even be here at IMN. OB is a new partner of ours. We have a pretty unique relationship with OB. So renter liability insurance is pretty typical for management companies and owners and operators to do. The way it's done is really important because you don't want to break insurance laws, and you need to be cognizant of that. OB is really great because we worked out a special relationship with them where they actually work directly with the management company, keeping this perfectly legal. And Latchel only acts as in kind of an enrollment platform to OB. So we actually don't have to take part in that relationship. If we did, suddenly you start breaking insurance laws potentially. So we have a really cool, unique partnership that's legal in every single state with OB. We also partnered with Sure, which is a renter's insurance platform that actually automatically tracks compliance. And then if the renter doesn't have insurance, can automatically trigger a report to Latchel to enroll them in OB. So we got a lot of like really nice flywheels going here. The other two that we've partnered with are Cover Pest for giving pest control to residents, and then Filter Time, which can do like filter delivery at a pretty low cost if you're looking to keep your HVAC systems up to date.
I mean, it all sounds so exciting. It's great to hear it's companies that, as you've said, are here at IMN's SFR West, where we are now. Before we go, would you mind just sharing what you've enjoyed about the event or why it was important for you and the team to be here?
I mean, when we come here, we meet all the people that we care to talk about at that mid-market, like enterprise level in SFR. We're talking with the industry leaders when we come to the IMN events. And it's always awesome to learn from them what they're doing to help us adjust our product strategy. But it's also the place where we actually start creating those relationships and can kind of start nurturing these folks who might not know who Latchel is until we meet them here and start developing a relationship, and then start thinking, okay, how do we implement Latchel as part of like a greater strategy going into next year? And that wouldn't happen unless we were here.
I mean, that's so great to hear. It's brilliant to see that it's so successful for you, and we hope it continues while you're at SFR West right now. So thank you so much for speaking today, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, thanks, Rosie.
Thank you.